Hello? Thanks for joining us again on the channel. This one's been on my radar for a while, and now, thanks to a friend who got his hands on it, I finally get to share the experience with you. Before we get started, feel free to check out the discount link in the description and the pinned comment. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer really loves this bike, even though it had a slightly rocky start. Our reviewer was surprised that they hadn't reviewed it earlier, considering how much they enjoy it. Initially, there were some concerning noises coming from one of the hubs, and a motor issue arose. It's an all-wheel drive model with 2 motors. However, the support team was fantastic and promptly sent a replacement wheel. Our reviewer did have to get it professionally installed, but suspects the initial problems might have been a fluke. After a break-in period, it's running smoothly. This thing is a real powerhouse, packing a serious punch. At 65 and over 200 pounds, this client appreciates the robust assistance it provides on inclines, even capable of handling them without any pedaling at all. A smaller person might find it a bit overwhelming. It could feel more like a motorcycle than a bicycle due to its powerful nature. It's also quite heavy, probably around 70 pounds. If you try to use it without engaging the motor, it's going to be a tough ride, especially without the power assist, which is an essential part of it. While the fat tires look cool and are nice for trails, they do add significant weight. Regular mountain bike tires would probably be sufficient for this reviewer's needs, as they mostly stick to roads. Primarily, it was used for commuting during the rainy season and proved invaluable for errands and even longer trips. The battery life has been excellent, with our reviewer making sure to fully charge it before each ride. As for speed, it hits about 30 mph, which feels like a reasonable limit for a bicycle. The brakes are also top-notch, providing excellent stopping power. Overall, our reviewer highly recommends this bike.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer has been using this electric bike for a couple of months now, and so far it's been a smooth ride. Assembly was pretty straightforward, and they didn't encounter any of the issues some folks mentioned about the fender brackets. Sure, lining up the holes took a little effort, but that's just because of the way they're designed. What our reviewer truly loves is how this bike handles hills. Living in a very hilly area, they can easily conquer steep inclines without breaking a sweat, thanks to the electric motor. They estimate getting around 30-35 miles of range in these hilly conditions, barely even needing to pedal due to some personal health issues. On flatter ground, they've managed 40-50 miles with plenty of battery to spare. Depending on your weight, wind, speed, how much you use pedal assist, and the terrain, expect around 40 miles max in hilly areas, and probably 60+ miles on flat ground. Our client did make a few modifications to personalize the ride. They swapped out the handlebars for a more swept-back style, as the original straight bars weren't comfortable. They also replaced the stem with an adjustable one, as the original placed the handlebars too far forward. Finally, the seat was also changed for one that the reviewer found more comfortable. Initially, there was a minor issue with the LCD display not working correctly, but the seller was super responsive and quickly sent out a replacement. Our reviewer also wanted to add that the LCD display got moisture inside after they got caught in the rain, and the seller promptly sent out a new one under warranty. They think that was probably just a one-off issue. Overall, this client is extremely happy with the purchase. If you're looking for a strong, powerful, and quality electric bike, this one definitely fits the bill. Plus, the seller has been very helpful and responsive to any technical questions, showing they genuinely care about customer satisfaction.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer has now put about 100 miles on this electric bike and wanted to share their thoughts. First off, the battery life has been more than sufficient, which is a huge plus. The reviewer also found the bike's appearance more appealing than initially expected. A nice bonus is the inclusion of a USB port on the battery, useful for charging smaller devices, although it's only a 1 amp output. However, it's not all sunshine and roses. The assist feature isn't quite what one might expect. Instead of proportionally assisting pedaling effort, it essentially locks the bike into specific speeds depending on the chosen level. It detects movement, not effort. Our reviewer found the speedometer to be inaccurate, consistently displaying a speed about 3 miles per hour faster than the actual speed. Although annoyed by the inaccuracy, he was able to resolve this by adjusting the tire size setting on the bike's computer, even though the manual advises against it. Adding to the initial frustrations, both inner tubes popped within the first 80 miles. Switching to slime-filled tubes seems to have solved that issue. The seat isn't the most comfortable for longer rides either, and it's likely the reviewer will replace it down the road. On the upgrade front, swapping out the rear gears for a set with a wider range, 1134T instead of the original 1428T, made a significant difference. This client highly recommends this upgrade. Finally, the single most important piece of advice: put slime in the inner tubes. Reliability is key, especially when commuting, and avoiding flat tires is worth the minor efficiency trade-off. Despite the initial hiccups and the need for some upgrades, the reviewer finds that this is a fun bike with plenty of style.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.